What's going on? And welcome into the stream. It's Tuesday, March 3rd. How are you? I'm doing great. We have like a million bets out there today. So much going on, a lot happening. I'm kind of getting ready to log into DraftKings right now, taking a look at Onyx as well. A lot going on, and appreciate you guys hanging out and stepping in the stream. Also, big shout out to SJ Boss. Appreciate it. Appreciate you joining the family, joining the squad. Welcome to the D-Gens. So for any OGs or D-Gens, please welcome in Boss. Obviously, if you prefer to be called a certain way, man, let me know. But appreciate the support. Means a lot. And, man, we got a lot going on today. We got a 33% parlay boost for college basketball conference tournament on Onyx. We're going to start off with DFS, and then we're going to get into some sharp money, some best prize picks types of plays. Irish, what's going on? Boss already looking for the best first quarter total spread. So off the top of my head, man, because I already have the DFS teed up for us. Give me 1 second here so I can just let you know that pick right away. Not beating around, straight to it right off the hop. So the best play that I would say in terms of a first quarter total that I really would, probably already on, but I would really like, is definitely taking the over 59.5 on Bet Rivers, Bally Bet or Desert Diamond on the Cavs, or on the Mavs and the Hornets. Mavs, Hornets, Dallas, Charlotte, over 59.5 plus 112. That's a really solid play. You could also take the over 60.5 on that same game at plus 133. But that is can be Bally Bet. Also, man, let me know, if you're looking for a play, I don't know what sports books you do and don't have. So just specify what book or books you're looking for a play for. But that's where we would go to it. So let's take a look at little prize picks, little underdog, little better. I already used my discounts today on better. We got like a billion NHL goal scorer plays that we got to give out. Irish, don't tell everybody how many they are. Save a little suspense for everybody. But there's a lot. No doubt about that. We got a lot of good stuff to get into, and appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully you're having a strong Tuesday. Looking at some prize picks right now. So let's take a look here. Looking at some player points. What do we got? Let's see what we got here. Looking at Nick Clifford under 13.5. Really good on Pinnacle. Not as great on FanDuel. That's all right. We got like a nice little Anthony Edwards taco to go along with this. So we're going to take this Anthony Edwards taco, throw in Nick Clifford under on points. And then Eamon Thompson's not bad as well. Oster, not Eamon, Oster Thompson, under 9.5 points. I don't mind that. All right, so this is going to be a Anthony Edwards taco slip. I can only play this for $5, but I'll share the link with you guys that are on PrizePicks. And we'll look to see what FanDuel has going on. Wilbo, evening to you, man. Everyone, make sure you welcome in Boss, all OGs and D-Gens. He just joined the squad. And always appreciate anyone. If you guys are in here, on the evening streams, we leave the evening streams just for OGs and D-Gens. If you go over to my YouTube channel, over on memberships, to become a D-Gen is $1.99 a month. If you want to become an OG, it's $4.99 a month. OGs get early access to my content when I'm dropping videos. But obviously, either membership gets you access into the chat. Morning streams, I like to leave it open for everybody. But on the evening streams, when we have a lot going on, and if the chat's popping, it's just a lot easier just to see who's in here and for the members. And it's something that I want to give that's kind of exclusive. For those that go above and beyond to support me, I want to make sure that I give you guys some type of exclusive access, and that's what we do here in the chat. All right, let's take a look at FanDuel. Got 6 results on worst case. What about power? How's that look? Jeremiah Fears, Evan Mobley, Bridges. I'll fire off another prize pick slip if you guys will indulge me. We just used the Anthony Edwards slip. Anthony Edwards taco. Fears under on points and assists. Cool. We got Mobley under on rebounds. Cool. Bridges. Can't type. We're looking at the under 18.5 points and assists. 3-pick entry, guys. No insurance. I'll share this link with you guys here. Courtesy of FanDuel. All right, there's 2 PrizePicks slips. Let's hop over to Underdog. See if we can fire off a couple 2-pick entries. I'd love that. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 27 results. Get the out of here, man. Okay, 27 results. So let's go. You know, I can only play so many slips on Underdog, but we'll try to play as many as we can. Anthony Edwards, under 9.5 rebounds and assists. That one got nerfed. That sucks. Okay, move on. Points and rebounds. We can take that one on Ant. Basically anything on Ant looks pretty good. Mikal Bridges on assists. Not Miles, but Mikal. Under 3.5. 2-pick slip. Let's go here. Love it. Share the link here with you guys. There's Underdog. So 2-pick slip on Underdog, courtesy of FanDuel as the DVIG method. Let's take a look to see if we have any better edges on Pinnacle. If not, we'll just stick with FanDuel. We'll take Randall over on points. We could go back to the bag with Oscar Thompson. I'm not really looking to do that, to be honest. Nothing against them. I mean, you could put them on multiple slips, guys, but we have so many options tonight. I like to kind of diversify the portfolio. And so what's another play that maybe I didn't grab? A little lower, actually, edges here. I don't want to go Cooley. I don't like using FanDuel as my sharp for NHL player props. Nick Claxton, all right, it's fine. It's okay. But I'll go back to Pinnacle because it looks like their edges are a little bit higher. We can go, yeah, Thompson's definitely the one. I mean, it's a pretty big gap between Claxton and Thompson. So maybe I lied. We're going to go back to Oscar Thompson under on points. No, they already nerfed that payout. Damn. All right. Then we're going to Claxton. Because I'd rather take a play that has a 2% edge. Pretty much the only 2 sharp books, guys, that I use for it comes to NBA player points, props, excuse me. All right, here we go. Another 2-pick slip coming at you guys right here via Underdog. MP, how are you, my friends? Hopefully everyone, all OGs and DGens are doing well, having a good day. Let's jump over to Better. Okay, again, guys, a lot to get to tonight, so we're trying to go rapid fire, if you will. Don't even need the Sharp Money tool right now to even look at some plays. We'll take a look at the Sharp Money tool. We don't need it right now. Booker under on assists. Will Riley under on points. Mobley again rebounds. Okay, pretty good. Obviously, you know, this morning and then earlier today on X, I already shared my discounts. I already played my discounted plays with Maxey and Luka Doncic. So I'm just going to be cooking up an old-fashioned 3-pick slip with Booker under on assists. Riley, what is it, under on points. Both of these plays over 3.5% edge, which we really like to see, DVIGing at FanDuel. And then what if we hop over to Pinnacle? What do they have? Neek Clifford again, Jalen Wells. I'll go with Jalen Wells. You can go with Neek Clifford if you want. And we'll share this one here. Will Riley just got bumped. Okay. So Will Riley's play literally just got bumped. So we're going back to Neek Clifford. Because that's I mean, we can go with DiVincenzo too. But I'm all right with going with Neek. Go with either one here. Under on points. This is a 3-pick entry, guys. Perfect entry. No insurance. And then I will grab this link and share it with you guys. Denny Avdija just got the update from Underdog. Looks like he's questionable tonight for the Trailblazers. All right, and paste that in there. Perfect. All right, let's grab this link and share it with you guys. Okay, there it is. Link in the chat for the better slip. Taking Clifford, taking Booker, taking Jalen Wells. All really high EV edge plays here, guys. That's how we like to build parlays. Doesn't matter if it's better, PrizePicks, FanDuel, DraftKings. If you're making parlays, each individual play that has an edge, adding them together on your slip. I don't care if it's a 2-leg parlay or a 20-leg parlay. It's the same thing that you want to rock every single time. honestly, some really solid plays right here. I don't mind, if you'll indulge me, maybe one more on better with DiVincenzo, Gafford. I don't mind that at all. So Gafford under on points. Dante over on assists. And then what else do we got here? We got Trey Johnson. Okay. This will be just all Pinnacle here. And we're taking his under on points. All right, again, 3 pick slip, guys. No insurance. I'm putting $50 on this one to make 300. That would be kind of nice. And let me share this link with you guys as well. All right. All right, there it is. Let's take a look at Dabble. Let's take a look at DraftKings Pick 6 Parlay Play. Let's look at those 3 books all at once. We're just moving and grooving, shaking along, sharing as many DFS slips as we can. All right, D-Vigging to Pinnacle on the power. Ooh, baby, we got some good stuff. Let's head up. Let's go to Pick 6, DraftKings. Adding some of the same guys that I added before. All of these are really solid, though. So I don't even know what boost we have going on today with DraftKings Pick 6. But let's see what we got. All right, with Pick 6, we have some discounts, which is nice. Some stat slices, whoever you want to take. I'm going to go with Cade Cunningham. You can go with Wemby, Luka, really whoever you want to go with. Again, I'll go with... These are all fairly similar. I already have enough Nick Clifford for myself, but I'll go with Dante again. And I totally understand for those of you that already put a slip together and don't want to, reuse dudes again. I get that. But if you have a little, stomach for variance, come on in. The water's warm. All right, 3 pick slip with Cade Cunningham as my stat slice discount on DraftKings Pick 6. Ripping through slips today. Probably one of the most efficient streams thus far, 12 minutes and 30 seconds in. We've shared like 7 slips. No chitter chatter. Let's just get at her. All right. Obviously, you could rock this on Dabble as well. Looking for parlay play. Okay. It's okay. I mean, the Harden play's fine. Renaud, okay. But then it kind of gets a little dry down here. Trey Johnson, Oscar Thompson, these are all plays. For my Pick 6 people, I'll kind of pause right here. If you want any of these plays, these are all solid plays that have a really good edge. Again, this can happen a lot when we have the NBA in action. We have a lot going on, right? But I have enough exposure, in my opinion, for Nick Clifford, DiVincenzo, Jalen Wells. Like I got these guys on 2, sometimes 3 different slips. That's kind of where I stop. Right? If you put Nick Clifford or Jalen Wells on like 6 different slips and they don't hit, then you're going to be really upset or really sad, one of the two. And so it's all about making sure that you have some risk exposure, but not too much. Justin says, been a rough week on Pick 6. That's why we're going to turn it around today, Justin. No doubt about that, man. We're going to be bringing home some winners. And, the stat slices definitely help. Okay. Might be dabble time. Let's go over and look at FanDuel. See what FanDuel's got cooking. Oh, yeah, they got even more results. Ooh. Look at this on Parlay Play. Even if I only rock a 2-pick slip on this. Reeves and Ant-Man. Yeah, this Reeves play is a payout boost special. That's definitely why it's popping up. But Edwards under on points, that normally would not be a boost. Because there actually is. Dude, did not expect to see the under as a boost on Parlay Play. But that's why it's so good. The Edwards play is even better. But I don't have any Austin Reeves. That's why I'm kind of going Reeves. We'll throw this in with OG. So I'm going to go OG and Reeves on this one. The over on OG's points. Damn it, that's a boost as well. Hate seeing that. Okay, then I'm out because there's nothing else on parlay play. But for Dabble, we got some different options here on Dabble, so forget parlay play. That stinks. But I'm going to come over here and throw in Koulibaly, Zion, and probably LeBron for a slip on Dabble. Wilbo says, Billy, see, not to derail the stream, but do you have a point where you cut down on betting NBA totals and spreads? It all gets a bit random with teams tanking and players. Yeah, so Wilbo, it's a great question. And really, this is just something that you can apply to for each individual season. Like, so to answer your question right now for the NBA, for myself, it's probably within the last 10 to 15 games is when I really start to pay attention. Now, certain teams are out of it, like Utah's out of it, the Wizards are out of it. But, like with Major League Baseball, it's really the final month of the season when we're talking like just, certain teams are out of it, normally like my Pirates. For the NFL, it's the final week of the season. The NHL is a little bit better because there's better. It's a good sport because there's better parity, and so the teams that maybe are out of it on the final week or two of the season, you just don't mess around with them. Again, guys, follow me over on Dabble at Billy C. I'm cooking the slip up right now, and then I'll share it with you guys. And then if you follow me on Dabble, you'll be able to just copy the slip automatically. Rebounds and assists. This is actually for both guys that are playing against each other tonight, which kind of helps it out a little bit. Zion over. LeBron was an over. He got bumped, so we'll add in the fears play. Don't really like taking the over on Zion on his rebounds and assists when we're looking at fears under on points and assists, but it'll be something that I'll consider doing. I have him on one other slip. All right, they're going to throw this up here right now, guys. 6x payout. So, Wilbo, to kind of finish the point, that slip is up there for anyone that's following me on Dabble. And we just got Anthony Edwards' injury maintenance. He's a game time decision tonight. So, when it comes to that, each sport, you're going to want to pay attention to, because as we start to get later into the season or towards the end of the season, you really just want to focus then on teams, betting on teams that have something to play for, because that's going to give you consistency in terms of just like the guys that they're playing, the rotations. It's kind of their same old, same old. We are getting into that point of the year where it's kind of dicey with some of these teams, and especially with the whole tanking thing now popping up with the NBA, it's a bit of a crapshoot, right? So that's where, with a top-down sports betting approach, and if you're not really following the league closely, it's tough. It's very difficult to say. Ingram, Herb Jones, might have to rock another DraftKings pick slip entry over here. Herb Jones. So it's a really good question. But it's definitely one that, there is certain points of the season where you just kind of stop. Yeah, Tom, what's going on? Wilbo, no problem, man. The sheer amount of ATGs today almost made me sick. I think I'm on like 32 of them. Yeah, no doubt about that, man. There's a lot. Like we said, there's a lot coming up. Brandon Williams. We'll grab this Brandon Williams play. I'm going to share another 3-pick slip with you guys for DraftKings Pick 6. And, again, guys, this kind of just all comes down to the sports betting calendar. What's going on in the sports betting calendar? And today there's a shitload of stuff going on. Here's that 3-pick slip over there. So, boss, we're going to be getting in the sharp money tool here very shortly. Very shortly. So just bear with me for about a minute. But, when we have so much going on today in the world of sports, it's a really good day. If you catch one of my streams in like the middle of June, different story for sure. All right, so we're on Dabble. We pretty much shared a ton of different slips. Let's go over the sharp money tool. I'll quickly show this for any DFS. There's not a lot of liquidity on these plays for DFS that makes me want to go play these or add these to my slip. But for those of you that need an extra play or two for a slip, here we go. I know FanDuel, looks like we got some 30% boosts on 4-leg parlays. College basketball profit boost pack. That looks nice. We got a 75% boost on a 2+ leg SGP of 1,000 odds or longer. Not bad. Not bad. Profit boost pack for the NHL. A lot going on DraftKings right now. And okay. So these plays here, yeah, not super excited. Let's just take a look at all the markets, main markets, sports books, date range. Pretty simple. Perfect. Okay. So top plays. We've talked a lot about NHL player props. I know that on Edge Zone today, there was about 1 billion NHL player prop plays. So shout out to Arbologist, Arbfather, Edge Zone guys. One of my favorite discords. They had about 1 billion NHL plays. I'm not on any of them, but you might see maybe some of these plays pop up on the Sharp Money tool. Hard to say. But Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, there's roughly $8,000. And this person wants you to bet his over, which means they want to bet his under. So Pinnacle's taking $250 on this play. Not a lot of money. This person wants this play at plus 122 odds. Unfortunately, there really isn't a sports book outside of this book in Nevada that is offering this play. So kind of tough to get this Nugent-Hopkins play or get this play close to this price. Please, 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 please do not play this Ryan Nugent-Hopkins play on FanDuel or Caesars just because this person put up $8,000. This person wants it at plus 122. And the difference between plus 100 to plus 122 is a really big deal, like enough to close up any value at all. So don't tail these plays just for the fuck of it. Make sure that you're finding prices that are pretty similar. So I'll shout it out. Like the Thomas Harley play, this is something you'd want to bet. $7,600, this bettor wants his under 1.5 at plus 145. Well, you can get plus 145 at DraftKings. Hell, you can get it at Pinnacle or BetMGM, right? And I don't think BetMGM is a super sharp sports book. And Pinnacle's got almost the same odds as BetMGM. So this is where I would go and bet this on DraftKings or BetMGM, right? Or down here, Hard Rock. You're seeing Thomas Harley a few different times, right? So I don't mind betting this under. Now, it is an underdog, guys, right? This is plus 145 we're talking about. For those of you that maybe don't understand what that means, plus 145 on its own gives you just under a 41% chance of actually winning this bet. You know, this is something that I laugh a lot at. Maybe I'm being mean, but if people that bet a lot of parlays, they just truly don't understand the math. If you bet $100 on a 4-leg parlay and every play's minus 110 odds, you're getting paid out at plus 1228. Well, plus 1228 is a 7.5% chance of winning your bet. So, yeah, you're going, and guess what? If you could win a 4-leg parlay with each leg at minus 110 at 10%, you're very successful. Or I shouldn't say very, but you're successful. But most people don't understand how low of a chance they have when they play parlays. They don't understand the math. And so when you're betting these plays on the Sharp Money tool, plus 145 is just under a 41% chance. Just be aware of that. Don't put the whole mortgage on that play. Joel Eriksson, similar thing here. Somebody wants him at minus 110. You can get this at BetMGM. You can get this 5 cents off over at DraftKings, which is okay. What about Hard Rock's at minus 110? Bovada's minus 115. You have some options here, no doubt about that. Not bad. Matt Boldy, same thing. Betting a lot of unders on these NHL plays. The sharp bettor wants this at minus 153. Obviously, if you live in Nevada, definitely download Boomers and let me know how it goes for you because it seems like it's a very soft book, easy to beat. You can bet this on DraftKings at minus 154, which is 1 cent off the price that this pro bettor wants it as, and they have almost $5,000 up on this prop. So the common sense thing for those of you that are new in the stream, first and foremost, welcome in. Pinnacle's taking $250 on this prop. This person's put down significantly more money than what Pinnacle's taking. So my common sense would say that this person probably has a model, an algorithm, something that's going to tell them something's up, right? This is something you want to attack. Matt Zuccarello, same thing. Now, this one's a juicy one, and this bettor wants it at minus 206 odds on his under 2.5, but you can get this at minus 198. Now, you're like, Billy, we're betting a ton of unders right now in the Minnesota Wild. Yeah, basically. That's how it is. Now, I don't normally like to bet minus 198 odds, but, if you do, if it gives you more confidence, by all means, go ahead and bet it. So all of these plays here for the NHL player shots here, these are all over $4,000 in liquidity, like on Marchand. Like this person wants it at minus 155. It's minus 154, or was minus 154 on DraftKings, not anymore. All really good opportunities. Kaprizov, under 3.5 shots on goal. Wants it at minus 112. You can get this at minus 115 on DraftKings. You're noticing that a lot of DraftKings NHL player shots are pulling up there. Boz asks, when you get to the NHL, any sharp money on the Wild or Vegas Golden Knights? Hopefully, we haven't seen much for Vegas yet, but hopefully you saw those plays for the Wild. Anton says, that DK boost I was talking about yesterday. There you go, Anton. Yeah, it pulled up for me today. So we'll have to take a look at that, see if we can find something. No doubt about that, because that's pretty solid. Especially guys like when it's a 2-leg SGP compared to like this other DraftKings boost. So like the first thing that I think about when I'm seeing all these up here, I'm like, ooh, 30% boost. I'm like, dude, a 4-leg parlay? Like, dude, that's so difficult. But then I come over here and I look at this and I'm like, dude, only a 2-leg SGP, like 2-leg parlay, like, yeah, like I like that a lot. So definitely I'm a little more interested in that 2-leg parlay. Okay. The moment that everyone's been waiting for. And hopefully, most of you guys, especially OGs and DGens, hopefully you've already copy and pasted the filter set up for anytime goal scorers, so you're not waiting for the stream to tail the plays. And if you want to try OddsJam 1 week for free, guys, use code Billy35. You'll get a 1-week free trial and then 35% off your first month after the 1-week trial ends. Okay, NHL goal scorers. Buckle the fuck up. 40 plays, only 40. Tage Thompson, top play on Bet365. Whoops. Too many active. Forgot about that. My bad. Not 40 plays. I had that earlier from now. Here we go. 16 plays. Too many windows opened up. Tage Thompson on Bet365. Basically the common theme, something that's been happening post-Olympic break. Bet365 has just been going nuclear, showing a ton of value on NHL player props, which reminds me of the old days when OddsJam was pulling Bet365 NBA player prop odds. Because, most of you might be limited on Bet365. If you're not, you're going to have a great time. I bet Tage Thompson. I bet Zach Hyman. I bet Connor McDavid. I bet McKinnon. I ran out of money on Bet365. Kyle Connor, Kaprizov, Kucherov. All of these would be auto bets for me. Especially anything that's Kaprizov or up. So let me just kind of pause right here. And I'll just chill and take a sip of my drink and let you guys go after these plays. Saints fam, what's going on? There we go, Anton. Love to hear that. So, what I can tell you is that this Nathan McKinnon play I bet earlier today was at plus 110. It's moved already to plus 100 odds. McDavid was a play, I think, on Bet365 and Circa. Now it's just Circa. Zach Hyman, I feel like I bet him at a worse price at plus 170 earlier today because I couldn't get him over at Bet365. Love to hear that. So let me repeat what Irish just said because it's a really good tip. Irish said, I was able to get a max wager on some of these guys multiple times at Bet365 because they let you bet it again every time the line moves. So, meaning if you bet McKinnon at plus 110 and then he moves the plus 105, they'll let you bet it again. And then if he moved the plus 100, they'll let you bet it again. And obviously it's not as EV, but it's still really good EV. So those are little things. Different sports books will let you do that, guys. Like FanDuel, not always, but here they will. So, Circa, FanDuel, and Bet365 and little Canby, little Bet Rivers, Ballybet, they show the most value for NHL anytime goal scorers. No doubt. DraftKings, not really. BetMGM, sometimes. And again, I'm keeping a pretty tight odds range. And so we've made videos in the past talking about this, but Bet365 is literally just forgotten about their NHL goal props. So you could round robin these plays, guys. Like, obviously, if you saw, I have a long shot parlay today on the Ducks Avalanche game. For most of you OGs, especially, I'm I'm fairly certain that you're already well aware of this. But if you're new to these streams, okay, and you want to parlay all of these plays, don't really expect to hit many. Now, the ones that you do hit will be very, very profitable. But again, you're going to have a very low chance of hitting these with parlays. Placing round robin bets would be a better option because then you don't have to win every one. And again, round robins are just a series of smaller parlays. I'll have to find the video and link in the chat because I made one a while back talking about round robins, what they are, how they work, how you bet them. They're definitely a great option to bet underdogs. Once we get down here, guys, I'm kind of just chilling. Morgan Geeky, my best friend, okay. Pasta and Wyatt Johnston and Hagel, these are all pretty close, but like, it's all right if you want to bet them, no doubt. But remember, guys, these are all real long shots. You know, these are all 42% chance, 38%, 46 is a little high for McDavid, right? McKinnon's the highest at 52%. But for the most of these plays, we're talking mid to high 30%, low 40% chance for just one play to hit. So with this strategy, if you've noticed my picket results in the past, you're going to lose more bets than you win because you're betting on underdogs and longer shot underdogs. But the plays that you do hit, you're going to get paid out more than what you should. That's called positive expected value, and that's how you're going to stay profitable. You're just going to see some pretty crazy swings. We'll come back to this later to see if anything else has really changed. College basketball. Got a lot going on in college basketball today. This is definitely going to be a day I'm going to be out of breath and probably out of a voice by the end of the stream. So just one of those days we got a lot happening. Okay. EV formula. Let's look at Circa. Let's look at Bookmaker. We'll start off with just college basketball spreads. What do we got? Kentucky plus 1.5. No vig. Texas Tech. Okay. A lot of profit X, a lot of no vig. It's not bad, Irish. It's not bad at all. $15 profit. I mean, I take it. That's definitely still worth betting all the time. Yeah, I love hearing that, Wilbo. Bet365 also has 2 lines for the same bet on some player props. Bet the over 4.5, then you go over to like the rebound. Like if you bet the over 4.5 rebounds, you go to then 5+ rebounds, and you can bet a little bit more there. Yeah, different little tips and tricks. Agree with you, Wilbo. You can definitely find some spots where you can bet a little bit more. We talked about this in the morning stream, guys. But the difference that I have in confidence in these 2 plays up here compared to Hampton is a big deal because we're talking Big 12 SEC basketball, and this is not Big 12 or not SEC basketball. So there's an edge here. But again, Pinnacle's taking $7,500 on the Kentucky spread. They're actually taking $3K on Hampton. Excuse me, Hampton and William & Mary. Sorry about that. William & Mary, former alma mater of Coach Tomlin. Rest in peace, Coach Tomlin. Wake Forest, Kansas, Vatech, VCU. Okay, Wake Forest, Kansas. These 3 plays I'm interested because they're in the Power 5 conferences. This VCU play, A10, not really. Not really. And then I'm kind of out on the rest of this. Okay. But again, guys, we're talking $468 here, $628 here. Like, I'm interested in those. I can get down with those. Let's head over to all the college basketball main market plays. And I'll take a look at first half totals. Don't want to forget old first half totals. They live in the derivatives market over here. And let's grab just, all 4 of the popular books. Let's start with some extreme high confidence plays. Do we have anything where all 4 books agree on an edge? Okay, Toledo +8 against Miami. These are all small edges, guys, but this is all 4 books agreeing that there is an edge. $50 over here. Ohio. All right. Bet openly, one of my favorite books to go bet this at. Ooh, okay, this Kentucky play. There's a lot of agreement here. Love that. Yo, North Carolina money line on FanDuel. I'm going over there now, right now. UNC money line. FanDuel. I love seeing that. I can actually bet this on FanDuel. Normally, I can't bet some of this stuff, but I can actually bet UNC. Okay. Top plays, though, are Kentucky, Hampton. If anyone has Pauly Market, Kentucky on the money line. Also the over in the Kentucky game. A lot of Kentucky. UNC taking on Clemson. Money line, minus 140. I'm going to bet $200 on this one. So I'm in for $200 on UNC. Again, I'm a big believer of placing the bets in front of you, so you know I'm not full of shit. I'm actually legit. All right, so there we go, $200. Now, why would I bet $200 on such a low edge play? Because we got agreement from 4 sharp sports books that they all believe this is some type of edge. And it's a money line play for the ACC, so that's why I bet a little bit more. Now, you could say, hey, man, you might have bet a little bit over what you should have bet. Maybe I should have bet $50. But, you know, this is the hardest part when you're combining all of these sharp books. Ooh, BYU money line too. You know, earlier this morning on the live stream, I did bet Cincinnati minus 2, but it was only for $15. So we're going to go over to DraftKings, and I am going to place this bet on BYU. Now, why would I place a bet on BYU? We got some games going on right now too as well. I definitely want to do some live betting a little bit, but because I really think that this is just going to be just better value when we're getting all confirmation from books this late in the day. BYU and Cincinnati. So I'm okay with going after BYU plus 120 odds. And again, I'm going to probably bet, again, this is Power 5. And so I only have about $215 in this account. So again, we're just going to bet the full $215 here. Because it's a higher edge than UNC. So I'm in for BYU on the money line, $215. There we go. So we're done with the DraftKings money, all out of it. Toledo, $50. Like, if no one's going to grab this on Bet Openly, I'll grab it. I know Miami's undefeated. They almost lost to Western Michigan. But, I mean, 8 points, I don't mind that, even if they are on the road. Bet Openly, guys, definitely a book that you want to attack. You'll never get limited over here. So you just come over here. I go bet this. Max wager. Bet it. Bingo. Got it. +8 at minus 102. Even though I got it at plus 100 odds, if I win this bet, I have to pay a little VIG or a little rake to Bet Openly. So I'm really getting paid out at minus 102. In for $50. All right. UNC, like that. Okay. That's where we got agreement from all 4 sharp sports books. Hard to disagree there. Really, Irish, did it? My bad. UNC moved to minus 164? Oh! Oh, man. Maybe I got to wait like an extra 30 to 60 seconds to bet this. But that is, so let me just pause for a second. I know we have a lot more to get to, but that is confirmation from FanDuel that we just made a very good decision. We bet this at minus 140. It moved to minus 164. That's a 24-cent movement within a matter of like 2 minutes. When the books move like that, that is confirmation that you made a really good choice, because now if you want to bet UNC on the money line, you would have to put up an extra $24, 164, have to put up 164 to profit 100, where a few minutes ago you only had to put up 140 to make 100. So we made a good choice. All right. Still, UNC could lose by like 15 tonight. But normally when you're beating closing line value and decisions like this happen, normally that bodes well for you. Right? Now, DraftKings hasn't moved. Okay? So take that with you as you may. Now, let's drop this down just to 50%, where we're just getting agreement from 50% of the books. And let's see what the plays pop up right now. FanDuel was found in the UK, Scotland, but we haven't been able to use it for almost 10 years, Wibble. Wow, it is funny. Interesting. Golden Goat. No VIG has a monthly challenge on power play points markets. Great question, Golden Goat. No, I don't have really any experience. Obviously, the last time I used No VIG was when I was in Pennsylvania back in January, but I didn't take advantage of their challenge. Could literally, speaking of No VIG, you could bet Clemson and arb out of this play if you wanted to. if you got it at minus 140 on FanDuel. So I don't have a lot of experience with it. Obviously, you know, I would devig to Pinnacle because I think Pinnacle is a bit sharper when it comes to NHL player props. Or use the Edge Zone Discord. But they normally do shots on goal. They don't really do player points. So, yeah, all in all, ooh, Kalshi? Ooh, yes, please. Let's go to Kalshi. There's only $35 available at this. So the final answer is I don't really have a ton of experience there, but definitely using a top-down approach will bode well for you, Goat. No doubt about that. Okay, under 148.5, Monmouth Northeastern. Oh, my bad. It's right here. And there's only $35, right? If I go 35, you'll see that there. Right, 10 is, that's, oh, wait, maybe not. It's plus 100 odds. That's not plus 109. And let me double check this really quick. I don't like what I'm seeing there. No, it's right. Okay. All right, so we're going to grab this on Kalshi, the under. So is it over 148.5? I say no, which means the under. So I'm in for 34.85, 73. Obviously, you know, there are some fees involved, guys. If you're on the make side, it's a little more advantageous on the make side with Kalshi. And don't be afraid to make markets, guys, over on Kalshi. It can be a good time. We got agreement here from Pinnacle, Circa, and Bet Online for this play. I'm cool with that. So I'm in for what, 34.85. Took the liquidity here. Okay. What else do we got? Jazz Sports popping up a bit more. Monmouth -4, lower edge play. But again, guys, we're getting agreement from 3 books. So, like, I'm still okay with this because we're getting agreement from so many sharp books. This is going to be, in my opinion, the path forward to helping you make some better decisions on point spreads and total points. Not just for college basketball, but for any major sport, really. And this is all part of the Platinum Plan with OddsJam, their custom EV formula builder. I have definitely been using this more and more and more. It helps me make more confident decisions on these plays. No doubt about that. Okay, shout out Kalshi. 33% parlay boost conference, college basketball conference tourney. We have, I think it's what, the Horizon League tonight, maybe the Atlantic Sun, maybe the Patriot League. I can't remember all the conference tournaments. We also have something on FanDuel, which I completely forgot. There is an NHL parlay boost on FanDuel. You know what's the craziest thing about FanDuel, guys? The craziest thing. We place this bet, get great closing line value. They're not even giving me a positive cash out. They're letting me, I mean, this is how sports books are so scummy, man. They're trying to screw us over time and time again. We know that we got closing line value on this play, and they're not even letting me cash out for the full 200, which is fine, FanDuel, because I'm gonna take that money, no doubt. So the promos over here, we do have some basketball. We have a college basketball profit boost. And then we got the NHL profit boost as well. And I should go back over to the NHL goal scorers to see kind of what's up. What's going on. Because we're going to look at some NBA player props here in just a second. But I want to see, was there enough value on FanDuel to be able to run Hyman and then not really anything else? I mean, we could do Hyman and McDavid. But then I need something else in this Oilers game, and I'm not really seeing it. Yeah, not really seeing it. Okay. Speaking of which, don't want to forget my arbitrage people. My arbitrage peeps, this play on Bet Openly is probably not out there. Bet Mania is probably not out there. So let's get rid of that. And let's go player props, and let's take the ROI. Let's go max 10%. Okay. So over here on the arbitrage tool, don't forget about overtime. We've talked about them before in the past. 4CX, not bad. You know, I mean, look at some of these ARBs right now. With Wiggins, dude, these ARBs on Wiggins are insane. Like, I don't know if this is still legit out there on DraftKings and Bet105. Probably not. Bracco as well. Dude, this is like stupid. Really, really dumb. Yeah, I was going to say, they probably want to keep up on this one. Trent, what's going on, man? Works for any parlay. Appreciate it, Trent. Yeah, I figured. Figured as much. There isn't as much anytime goal score value on FanDuel at the moment. So, but that 30% boost is pretty solid. And I'm okay with going with like Hyman and McDavid. Though McDavid's at plus 100, never mind. Hyman's good, but then we're going to have to figure out like something else. Which there's some other options for sure. So this Wiggins play is kind of popping up all over the place. Again, guys, though, a lot of Thunder Bulls plays right now. I'm not going to lie. And some of these might be mistakes, palpable errors. Some of them might be stale. Caruso, not bad. Here we go. Bovada and FanDuel. Wiggins, 7%. These are all Thunder Bulls plays. Basically all Wiggins. Come down here, though, a little bit lower. 5% edge plays. Craig Porter Jr. You can do this on Hard Rock. You can do it on Sportzino. There's about $400 on No Vig. That looks pretty nice. Caruso. Cade Cunningham. Is there anything that's viable that's outside of Hard Rock? That's really the question. Fliff. Yeah, I mean, basically it's just lining up. OG with Caesars and Sportzino. Bam on his double-double. Really, guys, like if you want to get more money down on certain plays, like the double-double markets, that's a good market that you could get down $200, $300, $400. FanDuel might even let you bet up to like $1,000 on this market. That's a pretty good one that I'm cool grabbing. No doubt about that, Wilbo. A little extra homework. So, the double-double market's better to go attack than maybe like a points or an assist or something like that. Because you can sometimes get more value down. But there's just so many ARBs. Now, again, if you don't have Hard Rock or you're limited on MGM, like you're obviously your opportunities are going to be less. But still really solid. Really, really, really solid. Okay. Love seeing this. I definitely want to get logged in and get ready to go. We're going to spend some time right now on some NBA player props. And then we're going to look to end the stream looking to live bet some college basketball because there's games going on right now that we want to take advantage of. Okay, let's see what we got. Appreciate you guys tuning in. There will be a stream tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. No stream on Thursday as I will be traveling to Mexico. And then on Friday, I'm looking to do my first ever stream outside of the United States. We'll see how that one goes. Bear with me on Friday, guys. Let's hope the internet's good enough at the Airbnb. Let's hope like everything's all right down in Mexico. Player props. Let's get 100% agreement. Again, we're looking at like a minus 150, plus 130 on player props. Nothing too crazy. What do we got? A lot of Profit X, a lot of No Vig. Cons popping up. Nice. Okay. So, to see a 3.5% edge on some of these plays or this one, again, if you don't have Hard Rock or you're limited on Hard Rock, don't be afraid to check out Bet365 on some of these props, guys. They sometimes align or have the same odds as Hard Rock does. Could be really, really good. Could be really good. What do we got? So for Cade, not so much on this play, but, certain plays there will be. Jared Allen, there's $136 here on Profit X. I would bet this. I would bet Carrington on No Vig. Obviously, Bovada, you can crush Bovada. And you can crush Hard Rock and Fanatics and a lot of these MGM, a lot of soft books when it comes to using top-down betting, guys. Very, very profitable. No doubt about that, man. Yeah, it is Tuesday, Hawaiian Tuesdays. Little Margs, gonna have a nice time. Nice time. Ooh, PJ, whenever I see Onyx DraftKings, this gets me excited because I do got some dough in Onyx. Been crushing some parlays recently. PJ under on points. This is about a 2% edge. Minus 104. All right. I'll bet about $75. I'll take what they say. Betting less, guys, on player props. I'm just Player props, I'm really cooling off this for the rest of the NBA season, not betting as much. But we'll take that PJ play. That's a nice one on Onyx. If I had any money left in DraftKings, I would bet it, but I don't. So we're going to bet it over at Onyx. Shout out to Onyx, by the way, too. I haven't gotten limited yet, which is sneaky nice. Haven't gotten limited yet on Onyx, which is kind of surprising. Suggs, bet that. Cade on his over PRA. Sure, cool with that. You could bet his under on his rebounds. Cade's a guy that could literally score 35, 40 on his own, rack up 10 assists, easy. Like he can get 3 rebounds, 10 assists, 30 points, and clear this. It can happen. Chris Middleton, all right. And then 4CX, don't forget about 4CX, probably one of my favorite exchange because it's the only one available to me because I really don't use Sport Trade out here in Arizona. 4CX, guys, don't sleep on this. It's like a ProfitX and no vig. You can create pricing. You can create your own prices for different markets. Check them out. Really solid. And then these no vig plays. Yeah, I don't mind betting this. Tristan Da Silva. Now, this is, well, I shouldn't say Paulo. We're kind of getting a little bit low here. So this Jalen Duren play and up, cool. I'm cool with that. Below this, not so much. Okay. When it comes to live betting, guys, I really don't care what you bet on when it comes to live betting. If you're new to live betting, you really just want to start with a simple setup. That's really what's most important. Again, if you're finding any of these tips helpful, insightful, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel as we're nearing 8,500 subs and pushing towards 10,000. So, logging in, if you're arbitrage betting, logging into 2 or 3 sports books, good idea. Positive EV betting, focusing on 1 or 2 sports books is a good idea. And then that's pretty much it. So for myself, it's taken me a minute to log in here. There we go. But I'm just going to focus right now on Caesars for college basketball. We got some games going on. I'm just going to kind of chill. We got a decent amount of games. Now, everyone's basically either at halftime or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here, pause this. Now, again, depending on which team we're looking to go after here, guys, okay, when we come over to the sportsbook screen, you're going to notice point spreads, it doesn't matter. Pinnacle only has odds set for Alabama and for Tennessee, right? So if we're looking to bet like Maine or we're looking to bet Louisiana or Townsend, like we got to use FanDuel as the sharp, right? So I'm just going to remove some of these books. Oh, we'll leave DraftKings in here for you guys. I'll remove Desert Diamond and I'll put in Caesars right now. Pretty simple. Okay. And then I would basically open up multiple screens here just so that I have something for the money line. I have something for the point spreads. And then I got something for the total points as well, right? So you can use a blend if you want of some different books, right? Obviously, Pinnacle is going to show up here, but we're just going to go mainline markets, okay? Day ranges for today. I want at least, let's say, a 3% EV edge. Let's wait until, once we go to live here, so we'll come over to live. And then I'll say, I just want anything that's in a stoppage. And for the sports books, I'll pull up some other books for you guys in case you're betting on these other books. Like a Bet Rivers, a Caesars. MGM is going to show a ton of results as well. And then my minimum maximum odds, we'll keep this in like a -125 to a +125. And my EV formula, we'll take this league out. We'll go college basketball. It's a lengthy setup here, guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add FanDuel and Pinnacle. And then I just need one or the other, right? 50%, really nice. And so UMBC, -21.5. This looks really good. Now, I'm out of money on DraftKings, but that looks really good. 3.5% edge. I would definitely take that up, right? You can see that FanDuel has the odds. And the best part here is that it tells you FanDuel's odds here, so you don't have to click into the play and expand it. excuse me, you can just automatically see what's going on, right? So if I had money on DraftKings, I would bet it. I don't know. I mean, I would take a peek on the Onyx, but I doubt it's there because I don't normally use Onyx at all for live betting. But yeah, because they don't even have this game pulled up. They only have like 4 games pulled up, and this isn't one of them, right? And so if you don't see a lot of plays popping up, number one, remember, we were looking for plays that have a 3% edge or higher. If you're willing to take lower edge plays, then you might be able to expand your options a bit more. Maybe not. Again, there's just not a lot of games going on at the moment. Or if you don't see anything changing or the screen updating, then maybe don't use the custom EV formula and just use by book, by Pinnacle, and by FanDuel. So we got some DraftKings value popping up right now with Townsend and UMBC. So if you guys are logged into DraftKings, check these out, right? And again, if you're new to live betting and you're taking plus EV plays, you could also look to try to middle these or arb out of these, right? Maybe you don't arb right now. You could also use the live arbitrage tool to try to find some arbs. But if you get a good price here on UMBC, right? Well, maybe things work in your favor, and within a few minutes you can arb out of this play, right? All different things that you can do. Now, if I don't like the fact that things are so slow, just click the live button, baby, and there will be more plays that pop up because there's definitely more games going on. Now, we do have some games at halftime. So Bet Rivers, here we go. Georgia plus 3.5. It's not really here. Minus 105. No, it just moved to minus 120 and I clicked submit. Oh, it just changed on me. Nice. Okay. Well, unfortunately, though, it's now plus 2.5. So that's not there anymore. And that's going to happen from time to time. But different things you can do. You can use the EV tool. Or if you're like me, you can just kind of follow along right here with the sportsbook screen to see if there's a big difference, right? If and when, right? We're looking for bigger discrepancies. A lot of different things that you can do, whether it's the sportsbook screen or the EV tool. And if you don't like what you see, just click pause, click play again, and then it's just going to kind of refresh things for you. But different options that you guys have. Grabbing the under over here, looks decent. FanDuel's at minus 122. Right? Now, preferably, I like to go after plays that are mostly in the second half. But, you know, early in the first half, guys, you could definitely find some solid value. Right? So I'm just currently logged into over here on Caesars. If I logged into Desert Diamond, they're going to have the same odds as Bet Rivers because it's Canby. It's all the same. And that's kind of where we're going to kind of call it a stream for right now, guys. I'm going to hang on here for another couple minutes just to see if we get any more plays that pop up. See if we can bet this under. It's been up here for a minute. I got it at minus 103, which isn't as good over here on Desert Diamond. So the under 176.5 isn't at plus 100. It's at minus 103. So I'm just going to hold off on that play. But a couple of different options that you have, whether it's the sportsbook screen here, and you can see that a lot of books, you know, are at that 174, 175.5. You can wait there, whatever you prefer. But that's pretty much it, guys. Now, I will say this. If things are just too slow here and I don't like this, then what I'll do is I'll just kind of take this off and just go to FanDuel, right? And make FanDuel 100%, right? Or just go back to the old school way where I'm just going DVIG settings, going to FanDuel, going to power, or going to worst case, and just looking for mainline markets for college basketball. And it's a little bit of extra clicking, but no problem. And just grabbing a couple of books, and grab MGM, we can grab Bet Rivers, say, all right, what do we got? Click the play button and see what we have going on. South Carolina, Townsend's popping up again. You can see there in the stoppage. We got the under 177. That just moved to -1. I'm watching it right now on my screen, so that's not good anymore in Bet Rivers because this game's going on live right now. Obviously, when games are going on live, buckle up. It's going to be tough to hit. That under 176, though, and a half, looking decent right now at the moment. So, all little things that you guys can do with live, try to provide little tips and tricks. We're back on tomorrow morning doing this again. Guys, may you all have an awesome, awesome night tonight betting. Wishing you guys nothing but the best and having a lot of success. And if nothing else, we'll recap it tomorrow, talk about it, and go from there. All right, guys, take care.